I'm going to string this racket up with 2 pieces of string. First thing I'm going to do is try to find the center of my string and divide this string in half. I'm just putting the 2 ends together and I'm just going to pull on them to try to find the center of my string. Okay, this is 40 feet of string. Right here would be 20 on each side, so right here would be, if I add a foot to it, this would be 21 foot for the mains, and the other piece that I've got laying on the floor would be 19 feet long. So I'm going to begin by pulling the 2 center mains both at the same time. I'm going to set a clamp inside the frame on the bottom of my racket away from the tension head, and on that same string that I've got tension there, I'm going to put a starting clamp up against the frame as tight as I can get it. That keeps tension on this string right here so that when I pull this next string, I'm not pulling directly on this clamp right here. This clamp is backed up by this clamp so that the string has less of a chance of sliding through that. I'm now going to pull tension on the top 2 strings and start my crosses in a method similar to what I used for starting my mains. I'm going to clamp the top cross as far from the tension head as I can inside the frame, and then I'm going to take a starting clamp and I'm going to put it on the outside of the frame on that top cross. Let me show you one thing real quick. This string right here goes into that frame just about perpendicular to the arc, but this string right here has got a much greater angle, so if I were to clamp this string and put my starting clamp here, it would be angled in. As soon as I remove the tensioner, it's going to twist and slide back in like that. Where this one will slide less, I can pull the handle just a little bit to get that angle right exactly perpendicular, but I just want to get it up against there as snug as I can. That'll keep tension on this top cross. Now when I pull tension on the second cross, I'm not pulling directly on this clamp because the starting clamp is backing it up. So now I'm going to pull tension on the second cross and I'll clamp it. Now that I've got it clamped off, because I pulled both of these strings at the same time, this string has the reference tension, but this string only has half that reference tension. So before I move this clamp, I want to get this string up to the reference tension. When I pull tension again, this clamp should separate away from the frame. Let me get a little close-up of that. Okay, I'm going to pull tension now and watch this clamp move away from the frame. And the reason for that is because this string wasn't tensioned at the reference tension. I'm going to slide the clamp all the way into the frame and release it. I also want this clamp down in this position so it doesn't get hung up on the string. Now I'm going to go through and string all my crosses.